And like when I sang it, we like just started crying with laughter, like we like uncontrollably crying, and I was like, obviously like we have to change that, and he's like, no, 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 no. I think like we're gonna keep that. Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo. Is it on?
The level of unprofessionalism, far too much.
Yo, I'm here with Hannah Diamond. I'm iB101, and we're live from aiaiai on mmhradio. Hannah, I'm so excited to be with you.
Thanks for having me.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I have a show tonight here in Copenhagen. So yeah, I'm really excited, and yeah, excited to be here.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I like saw in a video you did that how you mentioned Waterfalls by TLC is one of you, like really inspired you when you were younger and you wanted to make like music videos like that. What are some of your other favorite music videos?
Oh God, let me think. So I really like, I think it's the J-Lo All I Have video with the, have you seen it? It's got
LL
like,
Cool J?
yeah, and it has this snowflake like at the start, and it's sort of like, the snowflake falls from the sky and it becomes like bigger in shot, and it sort of like twists and turns and it like lands on her jacket, and like that was like super iconic moment. And also like when he throws the, I think he throws like a key or like a ring into the fire, and like the 3D version of it just like spins and the camera like goes in on it and you see it just burst into flames. Like I really love that because a lot of the video is really real, but then there's these few little CGI elements that make it super like macro and like hyper real. Like I love little things like that.
One of my favorite music videos is actually Never Be the Same Again by Melanie C. And
that one's a good one.
what's the craziest fan interaction you've ever had? Like crazy gifts, or no one's tried to give you poppers or like ashes?
No one has given me poppers or ashes. Luckily, please don't do that. My craziest thing, I don't know. I mean, it keeps blowing my mind. I keep seeing people at the airport. That's kind of crazy to me anyway.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yesterday I was at the airport with my DJ Roma, and like one of her friends texted her and was like, hey, my friend just said that they're on the same flight as Hannah Diamond, and that like blows my mind. I'm like, how is this happening? Like, what are the chances? Like, but I feel like every flight, like I flew back from LA and I was just like waiting in the airport, and then I met someone who had been to my show in LA but then was flying to come to uni with like all their stuff in London. That was crazy too. Chat to them still sometimes on Insta. But yeah, stuff like that is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a small world. Like,
yeah.
That's some Beatles shit though, like getting recognized in the airport.
Yeah, I'm like, do I need sunglasses or something?
Yeah, now
like,
you do.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that Reflections is finally out in the world?
I feel really good. I feel weird. It feels like it's a strange like time in my life, because I feel like it took me like a long time to put it together, a long time to put it out, and now that it is out, I'm sort of feeling like, what do I do? Yeah. Even though like I'm obviously doing like lots of like touring and stuff, but it feels like I feel kind of anxious and like excited to like work out what I'm making next, but then at the same time I'm sort of still in like reflections mode, because I'm now like putting in the work that comes in after putting out an album, which I'm really not used to that kind of like workflow, because say like with image stuff, it's kind of like you work up to it, you build up to a shoot, you do all the retouch, all the post-processing, and then it just goes out into the world, and then your job there is done, it ends. But with music, it's totally different. Like you put it out, but then there's like more work to do and like more things to continue, and like you sort of like live with it for a little while before you then go on to the next thing, which is like an interesting and different thing for me, but I'm enjoying it.
What's the most personal song on the album?
Ooh, Never Again is pretty personal, but then like I feel like that's still about kind of like external stuff, so probably Reflections, because that song is kind of like written by me but to me, like as a reminder to like see myself clearly and not let like the opinions of other people affect my own opinion of myself. So probably Reflections.
You see things you don't want to rewind and undo. This feels like it's deja vu. You'll be shining through, wiping off the residue of clearer
So that was Reflections. My favorite lyrics I wrote down too. The way you say deja vu is like low-key iconic.
Oh, yeah?
Deja vu. And then also, you'll be shining through, wiping off the residue. What do you mean by residue?
I guess like for me it's kind of like Reflections was sort of about like finding myself again after I had like a I had like a breakup and I was really down and really sad, and I had to sort of like re-find my like self-confidence and self-esteem. And for me it was like through doing that I kind of like compared it in my mind to like the process of like retouch, like how I like work on my images, and it's kind of like you take a layer off and like, or like something that feels unclean and like not good or like not nice, and then like also kind of like maybe like imagine like a I don't know, like a window or something, and you can't see anything clearly, and then you like wipe the window clean, and then like everything like becomes clear and you have clarity and like and stuff again. And yeah, it could also be like a mirror or something about seeing yourself clearly, or seeing yourself how other people see you, rather than the way that like your inner bully sees yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I thought was like ketamine when I like
Oh no.
residue, but that makes much more sense. Okay, this next one is Invisible.
I'd go out and party, but I'm scared of what I'll see. So I'll stay home tonight and every night.
I love that lyric, but I'm scared of what I'll see, so I'll stay home every night. Like, that's literally the story of my life. I always like psych myself out. And so do you do that too?
Yeah, like totally. Like, well, I definitely had like, I'm not so bad now, but I had like a period of time where like I felt like there were places like I couldn't go, or like parties I didn't want to go to, because I was like, you know, when you're in like breakup mode and you're like terrified to see that person, because you're like, it's almost like the first time you see them again, like it's like this horrible thing in your mind. You like build it up, so it's like going to be so awful, but then you actually do it, and it's normally like a bit awkward and a bit fine. But like I like stopped myself from doing things for like a while because I was so scared of doing it. And yeah, I feel like that's like really kind of about that. Or even like some days you get ready to go out and then you're like, oh god, I can't go. Yeah. You know.
So happy you're out of that phase and you're able to, out to like leave. This next one is Love Goes On.
Staying alive till I die. Heart goes on.
So I read on your Reddit pop heads AMAs.
Yeah.
How do you say it? That staying alive till I die was your favorite lyric.
Yeah.
So could you explain why it's your favorite lyric?
I think like I can't really explain it other than when me and AG Cook were writing it, it just came out of me. And like, so we were like recording, and like, you know, when like, I don't know, when I'm recording and writing lyrics, I'll sometimes like write a few down, but then I'll freestyle a lot of it. And that just came out of me. And like when I sang it, we like just started crying with laughter. Like we like uncontrollably crying. And I was like, obviously like, we have to change that. And he's like, no. I think like we're gonna keep that. And then like it kind of became my favorite one. But yeah, I don't know what it means other than like you just gotta keep going, I guess.
It's poetic and like abstract.
It just it felt natural and just came out.
Speaking of AG, he's one of your closest collaborators, and I read as well, you write a lot like silly versions of your songs sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is that, to be honest. Like, you know, like we get on really well and sort of have like a shared sense of humor when we're writing, and a lot of the time there'll be like quite funny lyrics that either like I'll freestyle or he'll freestyle, or like you know, like things like that will happen, and then like some of them are like too silly and they have to get changed to something else, but then sometimes they stay because like I feel like that's kind of part of the magic of like the collaboration. And like I really like having something that brings like a little bit of lightheartedness to some of the stuff that is in the songs, because some of it's kind of dark and like personal, so like for me having like a little funny twist or like something sometimes makes it easier for me to put it out, and more fun as well.
This next song is Never Again.
Was I just there when you were lonely? I felt how you thought it should feel to hold me. How could you give me something that wasn't there?
I felt how you thought it should feel to hold me. I love that lyric. It's when you like you feel something that the other person doesn't feel.
Yeah, for me that lyric's actually one of the most personal ones like on the whole album because it sort of stems from something that someone directly said to me, where they basically said like, I know how I should feel about you, but I just don't.
Ooh.
And he was like, yeah, I kind of want to because I feel like you deserve it, but I just don't and I can't. So that's sort of kind of like, sort of stemmed from that. So Never Again is like a really personal track for me. Like I feel like I put a lot of the like real life stuff that was said and like conversations I had kind of went into that song, but I had to kind of make it more poetic and like more like lyrical to like make it bearable. But I love that song so much and I really love performing it. Like it's actually crazy, like it's the one song that like at all these shows I've been doing, like everyone has been singing with me, which is so nice because like it's the most like, I feel like it's a difficult song for me to sing because it is so personal. But then so like the first 2 shows I did in London, like I actually couldn't even hear myself singing because everyone else was singing it. So it was kind of like good. It was like everyone was singing it with me, which also makes me think that like everyone must really relate to it. And probably a lot of people have also had that kind of experience as well.
Definitely. Oh my God,
So,
that's amazing that even though it's like a hard song or like kind of hard for you, that like the fans help.
Yeah, I was
like,
super shocked actually. Like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let you guys do
Yeah,
this.
like,
Yeah, just like anyone else. Like,
oh my God. Okay, this next song is True. It's one of my favorites off the album.
No epiphanies, no believe in me's, no more chances wasted on nobodies. Every time you lie, you become that guy. There's no point, there's no time, maybe you'll treat her right.
Like the no epiphanies, no believe in me's. And then also that melody at the end, like maybe you'll treat her right.
Oh,
It's
no.
very beautiful.
Thank you.
So like what epiphanies or believe in me's, like were those things personally that were said to you or like?
That one's sort of like, I guess like, so True kind of like, it was a demo that was around since I wrote High. So like, since like 2013. So like, it was like a super rough sketch. And like, we had this version with like a really like rough, like vocal take of mine, which had like no effects, like no auto-tune, nothing. It was just super like raw and quite like jarring to listen to. But like, it was like in my like little demo pile and stuck around for ages. And then I feel like only part of it was written back then. And then when we were putting the album together, I said to Alex, like, oh, do you remember that really old demo, True? Like, I kind of feel all those things again. I want it to be on the album. So then we, like, worked on it. And I think the, like, no epiphanies and, like, no believe in me's thing is sort of, like, about, I don't know, like, me kind of, like, learning not to listen to what someone was telling me because it was like someone's behavior like means more than what they're telling me. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like nuanced.
Yeah.
It just came over me. And I knew.
I just ask, what is that spoken interlude on Concrete Angel?
Do you know what? I don't even know. I think
Really?
I think AG found it somewhere and just snipped it in.
Oh, that's the funniest
Yeah.
thing ever.
I'm not sure what it is. I think it might be from like some kind of like angel experience video from YouTube maybe. I think.
I thought it was.
But I don't know the exact one. I don't know.
I thought originally it was from like some movies from the 80s or
It
something.
could be
That's
that.
what it
Like he
sounds like.
often sometimes puts in things. I should ask him really. No one's officially asked me that question yet, so I haven't had to have a prepared answer.
Really? Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Pop the cherry.
This is not be quiet, but everybody be quiet. That's what it's wrong with you. Stop it!
I love it how it just comes right before the beat change. Like, that's iconic. But what made you decide to cover this song?
It's been like one of my favorite songs like for such a long time. Like yeah, since like I first like really got into like trance and like hardcore trance, like because that was kind of like my thing when I was a kid growing up, and like it's just like a song that like really like stuck with me. And like I remember I was doing a session with Alex and he was like, what do you want to make today? And I was like, I feel really like I want to make something really hard. And he was like what? And I was like, well, that was the first one that came to my mind because it was like my like best ultimate reference. And like I played it to him and he was like, this song is insane, I love it. And he was like, even the lyrics are kind of like in the same world as your lyrics. And he was like, what if we like did a cover of it? And I was like, oh my god, like I would be so shook, like can we actually? And then he was like, we should definitely do a cover and just make it a bit harder, a bit weirder. And yeah, so that's how it happened. But it's just been a favorite song for like most of my sort of like teen to adult life, I guess.
I'm so happy you decided to cover it because I think it's like one of my favorite songs off the album.
Oh, cool. I feel like lots of people didn't know it either.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Originally, there's a song by Martina McBride.
Okay.
That's like a country ballad though about
Yeah.
like child abuse. So I thought it was like a
Yeah.
cover of that, and
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
It's not that one. It's the original's like Christina Novelli.
yeah.
Yeah.
Building these walls, brick by brick towers so tall.
Let's hear the beat drop.
That I was in the presence of an angel.
That was Concrete Angel. We have a few questions left before we're gonna let you go. You've been so busy lately. You opened for Carly Rae Jepsen on 4 dates in Germany, and now
yeah.
you're on your sold out tour. So like, it must be hectic, or like,
Yeah, I'm kind of tired, but feeling good.
like when are you done with all this?
So I have a show in Brighton, in the UK on the 5th. And then I have a week or two where I don't have anything in my calendar other than photography work. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, that's kind of chill.
Yeah,
So,
your
yeah.
photography work also is like a big part of your career. It's like,
Yeah, it's like equally as important as my music in a way. Like I kind of divide my time half and half. So
where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely hope I'm doing more of what I'm doing now because I'm really enjoying it. Definitely. I hope I've got like a few more things out. Like I've got another album in mind that I would really like to like write and work on. But then also like I really want to get into like directing more music videos because I just co-directed my music video for my song Invisible, and I had a really good time doing it. And I feel like it's a nice bridge for me in between like the visual work that I do and the music work that I do. So I feel like definitely I'm super up for directing music videos for other music artists. That's something that I'd really like to do, and obviously more for myself as well, but I'd like to do that as well.
I also want to do as like one of the last things to round off. I'm gonna go track by track your album, and I want you to mention one word about either the song or what pops to mind when I mention the song.
Okay.
So reflections.
See-through imperfections, I think.
Good. Invisible.
When I saw you with her, that sums up the whole song.
Love goes on.
Staying alive till I die.
Never again.
You were the end, the beginning, the one I saw myself wishing wouldn't fade away. That's a longer one.
True.
Now I know it's not true.
Concrete Angel.
I guess till the concrete angel falls.
The ending.
That one's probably just like boys stop pretending.
Yeah. That's a mood.
Yeah.
Shy.
Just shy. One word. No, nothing else needed.
What about Fade Away?
Alive but so dead inside.
And final track, Make Believe.
I could draw pictures of you.
I love that. Finally, and now we're gonna play the ending. Hannah Diamond, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope
Thanks for having me.
your show goes well tonight.
Thank you. Me too. I'm sure it will. I'm excited. I'm ready.
Give it up for Hannah Diamond, everyone. Like, this is the ending. I just finished editing the video at like 7 a.m. Thank you if you made it through. You deserve some kind of award. I hope it wasn't too cringe. I tried to cut out the cringe parts, but I acted like I'd fucking never talked to a person before. I don't know, I went into like full stan mode. But Hannah Diamond was the sweetest and just really cool. And her concert was so lit. I pushed my way to the front. It's one of the best ones I've been to in a while. Like, I'm not just saying that, but love you all. Bye. Subscribe. I have music coming out, so please stream my music. Bye.